What's going on, guys? Uber Reggie. I changed my name. As you can tell, I am now an Uber driver. You guys might I might end up having to exit out of this if I get an Uber request, but I'm going to be sharing some of the tips and tricks that I find really helpful. This is probably by far one of the easiest jobs anyone can do, as long as you have a driver's license and a good driver's record, in a nice decent car, to maneuver. But very, very easy. I've been on the job for about a week, and like I said in my previous video, I went on looking, trying to research and figure out what I can do to be good at it. And it's a lot of the things that I saw are just things that things that you would think to do on a especially if you're customer service oriented, things that you think to do pretty often. So it's been a nice introduction into it. I really enjoy it. I really like it. It's fun, but it can be tiring. It is just like any other job. You can really get exhausted just like any other job, any other situation. So it's definitely a journey. As you guys can see, I am currently at 39 5-star ratings, 41 on my Android, because I use that one to do my Uber pretty often. But that really just comes from just being nice, making sure your car is clean, asking if you see a customer kind of shivering a bit, if it's too cold, or if they're hot, or what temperature they are. It just takes an extra second. Some of the things that I do that really just some of the things stipulations for myself that I kind of set for myself is, any day that I can end at $100 is a good day. I do no longer than a normal shift at a job, which is about 8 hours. There are times where I go into overtime and I do 9 hours, 9.5 hours. But I will say that I won't do any more than that. I apologize for the glare. Won't do any more than that. Yeah, that glare is pretty strong. There we go. But I do no more than 8 hours. I'm still trying to figure out the math that some people are saying that they're making $1,000 a day or $500 a day or whatever. I haven't found that rhythm or algorithm yet. Even if you get your longest ride, which could be a minimum an hour of a ride, given that you get 60 miles in 1 hour. If you're on the highway, it takes longer in the city. That can be anywhere from $25-$30 at max. I haven't broken anything down to be any more than about $10 or $11 an hour, when you add fuel cost and all the other things that you add. But if I see a family come in, and they have bags, I'll get out of the car and help them with their bags. Same thing with people that are going to the airport. I always greet them, by name that they have posted on the Uber, Uber app. Greet them by name, ask them, how their day's going, and pretty much go from there. If I see somebody that I ask them how their day's going and they kind of look down, maybe they're just not really into it at that point, and they're waking up, then I won't say much. But if there's somebody that engages, I kind of let them flow the conversation and ask questions where I need to, and go from there. I did the whole bringing water, but I had a young lady who was like, there was this guy that brought water, this Lifetime movie that she saw. He brought water, and there was a hole in the bottle, like he stuck a needle in there and he drugged her and kidnapped her for a few days, and she had to escape. So that kind of I kind of took that away. And I would get a few, people here and there that would take water out, but it wasn't enough for me to continue it. Just making sure the car smells good. I don't eat in my car. I do, clean it, you know, ever so often. You know, making sure I have, you know, I don't really do the smell good because you don't really want to, you know, you might have somebody who has, you know, who are sensitive to smell and it might give them a headache. You know, I don't wear cologne myself. You know, just nice clean shirt, you know, slacks and shoes. You know, I don't wear flip-flops, you know, because again, you want to have some level of professionality, you know, when it comes to serving your customers. But you know, if I know it's going to be a long ride, I try to engage them in the conversation, you know a little, you know, a few things about, you know, the city. I live in Orlando, by the way. You know, just kind of ask them, you know, where they live, are they visiting, are they here, they're here, there, you know, just getting to know them and on a personal level, or as much as you possibly can in a, you know, 35, 45, you know, or 10, 15 minute ride. You know, I'm having to fill up every other day. I have a Kia Sorento. So, you know, that kind of sucks a little bit, but you know, like I said, I spent about 8 hours on the road. I'm doing about 200 miles a day. So, you know, and it costs about $30 to fill up. I filled up yesterday. I'm waiting for the fuel card so they can take that off of the top of my pay as opposed to me having to pay for it. So, same difference, if you will, but it's just one less thing, you know, that I have to, you know, pull out of my account. But yeah, I mean, those are only a few things. You know, if I'm picking up someone that's shopping, then what I'll do is I will, you know, help them with their bags, you know, and just thank them for their business, you know, for using me. And, you know, I just try to accept every delivery, every Uber. I'm not picky. Whatever I get, I take. The good thing about Uber Eats is, you know, people typically will tip depending on the area that you're in. They typically will tip, you know, to bring their delivery. So that's kind of cool. But that's about it. I mean, I have been doing it hardcore since Monday. I am up to about $600, a little bit over. And I think so far I'm at 90 something rides. So, you know, about 12 to 13 rides a day. So that's pretty fun. But, you know, I've met some really cool people and, you know, kind of learned on the fly. I am going to do Instacart, which I'll tell you guys about, you know, when the car comes in. And, you know, maybe we can do a video about that. But that's pretty much what I have so far. Typically what this channel is going to be based on is just, you know, experiences that I've gone through and, you know, answering maybe questions that people may have trying to get into it. It's really easy to do so. So, you know, thumbs up for my first week, 7 days, really good. And I'm just hoping that, you know, it continues to go and it can be profitable for me. Make Uber, don't let Uber make you. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Let me know what your comments and questions are down below. More than likely you're gonna have all these answers anyway. It's not gonna be anything new, nothing new to the formula. This isn't a video about, you know, making $1,400 in, you know, in Uber in 1 week. This is gonna be about, you know, putting in that little extra to get the 5 stars and, you know, maybe get the icing on the cake with the tips. All right, so enjoy your day, guys, and check out my next video. Okay, peace.